Good evening. I was sitting here thinking to myself that the video needs to have a topic. I need to talk about something, right? Otherwise we're just gonna be rambling. And I couldn't think of it. I couldn't think of one thing that I could want to talk about. And then I thought how absurd that was. That I can't find one thing to talk about. And now this is a meta conversation, but I read let's see, I have it right here. This one. Building a Second Brain. There you go. By Tiago Forte. Highly recommended. He has two acronyms that I think about on a close to daily basis. The first one is an organizational technique. It's PARA, P-A-R-A. Look, we found a topic to talk about. It stands for projects, areas, resources, and archive. And is basically how when you come across a piece of information, you sort it by actionability. As in, will I need this information for a certain project that I'm working towards? I'm writing a book, for example. Oh, I come across this study. Perfect. There you go, project. Oh, I read this interesting thing about toddlers when they grow up. Oh, perfect. Not a relevant subject right now, but eventually I'm probably going to be a parent. Okay. And you get the point. But the one that I was like, the absurdity of I didn't have anything to talk about was the second acronym, which is almost even more profound in a way. I'm tearing my head over, tearing my hair out, trying to implement and systemize in a way that works for me, is CODE, C-O-D-E, which stands for capture the information when you come across it. If it's from a podcast, a video, a book, thought, you capture it, you write it down, you put it somewhere where you remember it, your inbox. You organize it, you put it in the power system at some point. You figure out what's the how is this useful to me. Before I go with the other options, I'll come back to that one. The third one is distill, which is how does this piece of information fit into the project or area, usually a project, that I'm working on right now. Okay? Then you express it. Because the purpose of all information is to share, in a sense. It's to be used. Capture, organize, distill, express. The capture thing, for someone who reads a lot, listens to a lot of audiobooks, watches a lot of educational videos, it can very easily get overwhelming. Like, I do not have that one figured out. Oh boy. There are so many tidbits and snippets and stuff. And that's where the absurdity of the I don't have anything to talk about comes from, because I have collected so much. and yet I don't know how to put it into practice. I don't know what's the goal of all of this information? How do I make this actionable? That's a big thing. The second thing that I thought of just now as I was listening to this is the organized bit, which would be a solution to my previously mentioned problem, which is that I've gathered way too much shit. You should be able or be allowed to discard a thing. If you've written something down and you look at it and you're like, this isn't as profound as I thought it was, or I don't think that this really makes much sense, you should be allowed to discard it, shouldn't you? Maybe you'll put it in, you'll flag it under resources, and it will resurface at a later point for a future project, because there was probably a reason why you saved it in the first place and it resonated with you. So hey, look at that. That's a 6.5 minute video. We found something to talk about. Started off a bit meta, but we got there in the end. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, if you are actually watching this, you shouldn't be watching this. I am not valuable, or rather, I am not good enough to be expressing myself in a proper fashion. Maybe that's a limiting belief. Whatever. We'll get into that another day. Take care of yourself. Have fun. Get a good night's sleep.